The head of the IOC supported the admission of Russians and Belarusians to the Olympics 2024 in Paris. Earlier, the International Olympic Committee, IOC, said that Russian and Belarusian athletes would be able to compete individually and in a neutral status. Individual athletes cannot be penalized for the actions of governments. There are 28 conflicts in the world and all other athletes compete peacefully, said IOC President Thomas Bach. Tatiana Tarasova assessed Putin's words about the participation of Russians in the Olympics 2024. Russian President Vladimir Putin said that athletes should be given the opportunity to perform at the biggest starts. At the same time, he noted that depending on the conditions of admission, it is necessary for the Ministry of Sport and the ROC to make a balanced decision. At the Olympics, it will be clear to everyone that this is an athlete from Russia. It is very important when the president speaks out about it. The president thinks about what his country should do. He thinks about us. And I am of the same opinion and always say so. Now athletes have the support of the state. No one is suspending them from the Olympics. The main thing is that the host country does not do it. Those who feel that they will achieve results should go, said the honored USSR figure skating coach. Tarasova also commented on Putin's words that the IOC is perverting Pierre de Coubertin's ideas. I agree with these words. Now those who never thought they would be the first are winning. You have to compete with the strongest. And the strongest are sitting at home. Why? She added. The 2022 Olympic champion in team events and European champion, Kamila Valieva, who was trained by Ateri Tutberidze, shared her vision of the bullying problem. It's an important topic and I'm glad it's being raised. People write different things in comments to me, and as a public person, you are often bullied. Over time you stop paying attention to it. However, when you encounter it in real life, it's much more difficult. I think it's important to trust your loved ones more, believe in yourself and focus less on it. Moskovsky Komsomolets quoted Valieva as saying. Recall that the issue of Valieva's doping is still being considered by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CS. The decision should have been made in September, but the arbitrators needed time to study new evidence. The CAS decision will have an impact on the medal distribution in the team event at the 2022 Olympic Games, which the Russian team won by a convincing margin. Kamila took part in that tournament. U.S. figure skater Ilya Malinin, the 2023 World Championships bronze medalist and 2022 Junior World Champion, shared a photo on social media showing him with his mother and coach Tatiana Malinin after his victory at the ISU Grand Prix final in Beijing, China. To win gold at the Grand Prix final in Beijing almost 25 years after my mom won in St. Petersburg is incredible. I feel honored to follow her example and feel like a true heir. To change the world of sports to honor the work of my parents is a dream come true, Malinin wrote Malin in his social networks. Recall that Tatiana Malinin became the winner of the Grand Prix final in women's single skating in 1999, when the competition was held in St. Petersburg. Yuzuru Hanyu received special training from the Special Disaster Relief Unit. Yuzuru Hanyu received special training from the Special Disaster Relief Unit. A report with the Japanese was aired today on the News Every program. The training took place in a special unit of the Tokyo Police Department. Yuzuru Hanyu is participating in the program Feelings Hanyu Yuzuru Wants to Share, which is dedicated to the regions affected by the March 11, 2011 earthquake. This time, the program will show the work of experts who are involved in saving lives during disasters. Search dogs participated in the rescue team. What only Yuzuru Hanyu is not dressed in different TV programs, but he is good, always worthy to hold in any situation, serious or not so serious. This time he was less nervous than during the first broadcast. He did a great job. These people and dogs are very important, they do a difficult and important job, they save people's lives. It's good that there are programs about their important work. It turns out that it is very stressful for dogs to work in conditions after natural disasters. They often cut their paws on glass and debris and they need to recover physically and emotionally after working in such conditions. In the studio, Yuzuru Hanyu took a picture with the Sorajiro mascot after taking part in the rescue work. In the video after filming Live on News Every, Yuzuru Hanyu spoke about his emotions. With the support of the presenters and all the staff, I was able to try my best. I'm very nervous every time, but with really great support from everyone, I was able to do my best. Laughs. On disaster preparation. It's going to gradually get colder from here on out. I actually have experience evacuating in the cold. In the cold, it's easy for heat to escape and there are more things to prepare. I think it's important to slowly prepare for it. On Sorajiro. Sorajiro did a really good job of showing the poses. It looked cool, I was very surprised. Yuzuru is progressing always and everywhere. And in the role of a TV presenter is a significant progress too. There was no excitement visible, no hiccups, no tension. He's getting the hang of it. As always talks about important things, even after the program is over. And he's very nice to Sorajiro. Hanyu really goes for all the uniforms, just like a promotional version of a lifeguard suit. And the dog is the happiest, he kissed Yuzuru on behalf of the entire rescue team. David Wilson is staging Yuzuru Hanyu's new program for Notte Stellata 2024. Meet Yuzuru on Zoom. We are putting on a new program. He will perform it at next year's Notte Stellata show, which will be held on March 8th, 9th, 10th, 2024 in Sendai, Japan. Yuzuru Hanyu will end his wrestling career in 2022. Elizaveta Tuktamysheva believes that quadruple jumps can be done as an adult. Of course, not everyone copes with puberty, someone finishes with sports at this time. Technique can fall apart because of a new body. How do you dispel the myth that quadruplets are for prepubescent girls? Elizabeth Tursunbayeva jumped a quad at the 2019 World Cup when she was 19 years old. It seemed to me that at that time she was still not fully formed, her body was very ringing. But, in general, it is possible to perform quads after this period. We see that girls learn the triple axel after puberty, they have enough strength, opportunity and motivation. You just need to work more on the quadruples and have motivation. I think, as in the case of the triple axel, this myth will be dispelled with time, quadruple will be shown more often. Sasha Trusova jumped a quadruple Lutz at the show last season. Kamila Valieva also showed quads with an already formed body. Last season she collected 2 quadruples in the free skate. So it's realistic to keep the Ultra C jumps even after puberty, Tuktamysheva wrote. Evgenia Medvedeva on if she would compete at the World Championships now. I only when I was done with my competitive career, only after a few years I realized, I'm good. There was no such thing in sports. But I sometimes wonder what it's like to be in a big sport and compete at the same World Championships in the state of mind that I have now. What it's like to go out on the ice and, if you don't do well, not to blame yourself for it, but, for example, to praise yourself for doing something. Not berate yourself for something you didn't do. Because I didn't have that. I mean, I could do 350 jumps clean, and on 5 of them I'll have mistakes. And I'm just like, oh no, I'm a nobody. Now I have 10 breakdowns, 1 jump I do and I think, I didn't sit on my ass and that's fine. This is also extreme, but for the show I have enough, said the 2-time world figure skating champion.